Hi, Scorpio, Sun, Moon, and Ascendant. This is Dane, and I'm going to be doing your December 1st to the 15th, 2023 reading for you. Now, I ask if this reading resonates with you. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It helps me out tremendously, so thank you so very much for doing so. Now, if you're interested in entering to receive a free reading from me, put a snowman emoji in the comment box. A person will be chosen at random and announced, I think, at the beginning of next month, like the very first day of January. I'm thinking maybe the last day of December, but I'm not sure because people still enter. So we'll see what happens. Note that I will not be contacting you. I will not be contacting you in the comment box. If somebody says, yippee, congratulations, and they're pretending to be me, it's not me. Just know that. So it will be through a separate video. The instructions will be there. So just know that that's how we're going to be doing things. If you're interested in a private reading, a private personalized meditation, or a healing, check out my website, daneharttarot.com. It is linked in the description box below, as are all the cards that I'm using. Now, before we begin this reading, let us clear the energy space, raising our own energy vibration and releasing any negativity. This cleanse and meditation will be accompanied by a loud sound. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. Releasing all negativity from the body like storm clouds, letting yourself feel calm, centered, and at peace as we enter into this safe and loving space. So let's see what the tarot has to say, Scorpio. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels, goodness. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. We have the Knight of Wands. We have the Hangman. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. We have the Queen of Wands reversed. So that's fire sign energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels. We have the King of Cups. So that's us coming through. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. We then have the Knight of Swords reversed. We have the Three of Wands in the upright position. And we have the Chariot, which is Cancer energy reversed. Don't be upset. Don't be afraid that you have reverse cards here. It's not a bad thing. It can mean that we have to be mindful of Cancer energy. If we have that in our chart, that part of our personality we might be having a bit of difficulty with. The same goes with fire sign energy. When it comes to the Queen, when it comes to really embracing our passion and what we want and what we're going after, we can be a bit apprehensive about these things. With the Knight of Swords reversed, this is air sign energy, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. We can really be questioning, how am I moving forward, and get really frustrated and then just kind of go into overdrive, right? Kind of try to get things to go super fast, move things along really quickly. And we can find that we make mistakes because we're going too fast. Spirit's like, slow it down, slow it down, slow it down. So let's see. But I love that the King of Cups for us came through. So in the upright position, that is absolutely beautiful. Let's see what Spirit has to say. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Here we have balance in the upright position. And there is such a sense here of I'm coming into balance with myself. I'm seeing the harmony of things, harmony, tranquility, balance. Those are all going to be really big key words for us during this holiday season and during the first half of December. If it's not a holiday season for you, there's still the sense of I'm looking at what brings harmony into my life. What causes chaos, what makes me feel overwhelmed, I'm releasing. and what brings balance into my existence, I am holding onto and I am moving forward in. So, really acknowledging that during this time and opening up that door for us, that's going to be a game changer. Our chakra energy, angels and spirit guides show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels. Okay, this one. This is the I am presence. And this is one of my favorite cards in all of the chakra deck. This is the crown chakra. And this is saying, I am what? Our I am presence. I am successful and bountiful and, fantastic. Or I am overwhelmed and tired and chaotic and can always improve. Like when we look in the mirror, do we say, I am enough? Or do we say, wow, like kind of like I'm a hot mess type of thing? So just acknowledging this energy during this time, so important, because then we can crown ourselves with beautiful energy. And we can say to ourselves, you're really quite amazing. I am perfection. I'm good enough. I am showing up for myself. I'm in love with my life. Those type of things where even if they don't ring true, when we start saying it to ourselves enough, then we start to believe it. We start to, kind of make that connection with our own being. And so here it's literally putting on the crown, well, not literally, but, figuratively putting on the crown of our success. And we can even visualize ourselves doing that, like taking a crown out of its box, placing it on our heads, and saying, I am wearing this crown of my success, of my bounty, and of my glory. It moves us then to our energy to be mindful of. Angels and spirit guides show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels and spirit guides. This is the Eight of Pentacles. We can be workaholics. I mean, we can be so into the details of how everything is moving forward, how we're getting everything done, what we're doing here, what we're doing there, that we can really be workaholics. So just be mindful about this during this time, that we need to take time to enjoy, to embrace what we want in life, like how we're moving forward for ourselves, what's really important to us, and, not just falling into the kind of like fiddly details of work, trying to make everything perfect, take perfect off the table. We can say that we're perfect, right? I am everything that I want to be, but take perfect off the table and trying to live up to the rest of the world's expectations for life. So here it's like, okay, I'm enough. Like that just keeps on coming through so strongly, Scorpio. I am enough. So understanding that is going to be a really big deal, and it's going to be a really big thing. So let's see what the tarot has to say in accordance to the astrology of this time. So what we're doing here is we're starting with the planetary alignments. Let me know if you want to see the moon alignment as well, like, all the different phases of the moon. But this video would be so long that I don't think anybody would listen to it if we had that in. So let me know. We can either do it in December. I'm not sure of. January is a lot more flexible for me to be able to add in those videos. So let me know. And I love hearing from you guys. I love talking with you guys in the comments. You're absolutely amazing. So this is from December 1st to the 15th. And the planets really start to come into their power on the 3rd of December. Venus is in Libra, squaring Pluto in Capricorn. All right. Don't let things overwhelm you. We can see this here. Okay. We can see this in the hangman, like we're seeing things differently. So we're already kind of like a little bit uncomfortable. Right, we're going into a state of awakening where we're being forged in different ways. We're understanding things more powerfully. We're ascending. This can be uncomfortable. And when Spirit says, "Don't let things overwhelm you," well, we also have the Queen of Wands reversed. Right, we have the Knight of Swords reversed, and we have the Chariot reverse. This energy can be very overwhelming. We can have a bit of a temper. We can be really passionate about things and really frustrated that they're not moving forward the way that we want them to, or the way that we've envisioned them to. We're looking at things differently, but we're also trying to hold on to old ideas and old ways of doing things as well. So do be mindful about this. We can go forward really, really quickly, get discouraged, and our emotions can be all over the place. So just know that about ourselves, Scorpio, during this time, that we need to connect with what we love, with what's important to us, but not let our emotions take over. We'll go from one extreme to the other. We'll have our emotions all over the place, and then we'll just hunker down and be in work mode, like kind of cut off the feeling and then let the emotions overwhelm us. To be in a good balance, like that balance that Spirit was talking about, that's going to be so important. Take it slow, turn inwards, because it will be very easy to take out, what we're going through on other people during this time. It's kind of like that temper really flaring up. So just be mindful about it, and just be mindful. We're usually pretty calm, pretty easygoing, but when a Scorpio gets mad, my gosh, they can sting. They really can. You guys, it's like, it's an intensity. You can go right for the jugular. Just be aware of that. On the 4th of December, we have Venus entering into Scorpio, which we like. This is a very passionate time. This is a great time for strengthening our relationships. Tempers can run high. Remember, we have that with the Queen of Wands reversed. Tempers can run high. So just being aware of that energy during this time is going to be super, super, super important. This can also be that we really have no time, like we don't suffer fools well during this time. So on the 4th of December, we really have no patience for people that we see as frivolous, that we see as foolish. So be mindful of that as well. We want really intense connections, and that can be another thing with the Queen of Wands, right? We're not fully letting ourselves embrace our magic, our potential, what we love and what we want. We're kind of keeping ourselves strictly held in one way or another. So acknowledging this during this time is going to be a very important thing. And we need to be opening up to our passions, our magic, what's really important to us. And that's going to be a game changer. So understanding this, understanding that we want that intensity, but we can burn just a little bit too bright. Things can be a little bit too intense. We are crowned with the Knight of Wands, right? The Knight of Wands is that movement forward. It's knights protect kings and queens. So there's a sense here of we can be trying to protect ourselves from a bit of intensity during this time, that we feel things a little bit too much, like we take it all in and we're going to hold it all in for one reason or another. And Spirit is saying here, it's very important to slow it down and let things go. To slow it down and let things go. Even though that's going to be kind of the exact opposite of what we want to do. We want to get everything done. We have the fire, the Knight of Wands here, fire sign energy, that passion, that determination, that focus is really leading us. We want to see movement. We're going after big goals. But Spirit is also saying here, hey, take bite-sized pieces instead of I'm just seeing somebody being in a food eating competition, and it's like gobbling it down instead of slowing it down and really enjoying what you want. Spirit is saying you're not in competition with anyone during this time. So don't let your soul kind of feel like, oh, well, I have to outdo, or I have to, be better than or outperform this energy or that person or this. It's not going to work out the way that you want it to. On the 5th of December, we have Venus in Scorpio trine Saturn in Pisces. And this is a time where we're very committed to those who we are closest to. We're going to find that our heart really, really shines. We love love. We love to connect. We love to connect with everybody. We'll be generous to strangers. We'll be generous to those that we love. So just know this during this time. We want to feel valued, and we want to make others feel valued. So especially if you're in a profession that has this being kind of a requirement, just know that this energy is so important to you. You can really make somebody feel so special, so taken care of, so like one of a kind. And that's a really beautiful thing. Even during this time, like just in general, just having that energy around you to make people feel special and one of a kind is absolutely brilliant. And you lead by example. You really do lead with your heart. You lead with what you love. You're going after things. You're really going to be a shining example to people. It's like, this is love. This is beauty. This is like my gorgeousness coming forward. And I'm just embracing it. On the 6th of December, we have Neptune direct in Pisces. Now, this is a big deal because the fogginess that has been around us when Neptune comes out of retrograde, when retrograde ends, all of a sudden that fog lifts and it's like, oh, I can see things so much more clearly. Oh, I can see how this moves forward and how that moves forward and what I'm going after. There's a clarity here. And it moves us to be astoundingly motivated. Now, just give me a moment. I need a sip of water. So knowing that, and knowing that we also see doors opening, we see ourselves going after what we want, and like, oh, I can do that, and I can do this, and this is possible, and there's clarity here, and there's insight here, and all of a sudden we feel energized, we feel determined, we feel focused, and that's a very, very big deal. But be mindful that as the fog lifts, we can still have the energies being all over the place with the chariot reversed, where it was like we were in that fogginess. We could have felt like, oh well, I made some bad choices, or I didn't see things as clearly, and this was overwhelming, and that was overwhelming. And then we can be really harsh on ourselves as well. So just be mindful about that energy here, Scorpio. On the 7th of December, Mercury is in Capricorn, trine Jupiter in Taurus. And this is us acting on our big ideas, really things coming together. We can see things more clearly. Again, that fogginess that has lifted is coming through very powerfully. And you can see your opportunities much more clearly. That's very much the crowning energy here of this is what I'm going after. This is what I want. But do be mindful, because you have two knights here. You have two of the fastest moving knights. Now, the Knight of Swords is faster moving than the Knight of Wands. And the Knight of Swords can say, well, you know what? Just move it forward. Just kind of get it done, go over it, go faster, do this, do that. It brings a level of chaos to things that we want to be mindful of as we're seeing the bigger picture, because the Knight of Swords reverse is that clarity not coming through as clearly as we want it to. So acknowledging that first we need to slow it down and look at things from multiple different angles and then go after it. It's kind of like ask the questions. Even if we think, oh, wow, nobody's asking the questions and I'm going to seem foolish. It's like, no, ask the questions so then we can move forward in passion, not in hot-headedness, but in like love and connection and beauty and brilliance and opening up that door in the most beautiful way for ourselves. On the 9th of December, Venus is in Scorpio opposite Jupiter in Taurus. Okay, be aware, this is a lazy day. This is a lazy, lazy day. Let yourself have it. If you can schedule this day on the 9th of December to be off, or to just kind of like slow it down, take the activities that you usually have planned and scale it back, that would be so beneficial for you during this time. Be kind to yourself and take it slow. On the 10th of December, the moon is in Scorpio, trine Neptune in Pisces. And our intuition is on point. That's, again, we're coming through as that king, as that person who can really put things together, see things, understand things, good cheer, positivity. There's just a brilliance to us during this time. Our intuition is on point, and we're really aligned with our purpose here on earth, which always stems from the heart. It always does. As much as we might want to be one of those people who's just strictly logical and strictly practical about things, we're going to find that the way we shine, Scorpio, is to say, this is my heart. This is what I'm passionate about. This is what I love. This is where I feel the most comfortable. And, sorry for hitting my mic. And for some people, that, is in the realm of logic and facts and figures. But for you, Scorpio, it's more of the emotions. So just be mindful of the chariot reverse. Now, you can have a Cancer energy, or you can just have a person who is kind of all over the place emotionally. It might be through a chemical imbalance. It might be through just like they're having a really hard time of it. So just know this. Know this during this time, that this energy can be very overwhelming. It can be very intense. The chariot reversed is just kind of like nobody has the reins, right? It just feels like things are charging forward. So understanding that too, like as your intuition is on point, you can find yourself very drawn to people who need you, kind of like the wounded who need you. So seeing this during this time is going to be a very important thing, so that you can help people, yes, but don't get dragged down with them. That is astoundingly hard. It takes a lot of practice and learning, but having those clear boundaries is going to be a very, very, very important thing. On the 11th of December, Mercury in Capricorn is sextile Venus in Scorpio. Dealing with people is easier for us on this day. If you are, again, in the kind of like, service business, or you're interacting with people, this is a great day for you. This really is the 11th of December. You're on point, you're charming, people can feel your love and your passion for things. you may be working on better ways to express yourself, like better ways to communicate and to connect and to open up those doors. So that's really, really cool. On the 12th of December, we have the moon in Sagittarius, the new moon in Sagittarius. There will be a separate video on that. And on the 11th of December, we have Mercury going retrograde, which I know nobody wants for the holidays, but we will have a separate video on that as well. On the 14th of December, the moon is in Capricorn, trine Uranus in Taurus. Now, this is a time where we're going to be taking a different approach to things. We're looking at things from a different angle and in a different way. So be open minded. And this is going to be not only be open minded, but also kind of be a bit unconventional. Don't take the conventional path, because you're going to find that you want things to stand out. You want things to be different. You need to go after what is passionate for you, like what you desire and what you want. The hangman reverse is very much where that energy is kind of coming from, that coupled with the Knight of Wands, where it's that fast moving passion that guides us forward, but we're looking at things so differently. And this can be a time where we're saying, well, even though it's not the conventional path, it's the path I want to walk. Or even though this seems outrageous, I kind of need to try. I kind of need to see what happens here. And that's going to be a very big deal. There is a sense of the uncomfortableness of certain things. Like we can feel with the emotions being all over the place, with the intensity of passion coming forward, with the need of movement forward, that like kind of holding everything in the rain, like holding everything in check, can seem exhausting to us. It can seem overwhelming to us. And what we're going to see here is that because we are looking at things differently, and because we're opening up different doors, all of a sudden there's a clarity to us that there just wasn't before. It's like, oh, that's what I needed to do. Oh, that's how I needed to move forward. So we're being given these challenges with the Queen of Wands reverse, where it's like, okay, you're not seeing your magic. You're not seeing your passion. You're not looking at the deeper sense of you. This can be a time where we kind of always thought life would be bigger. It would be more. And we can find that, and by that, I mean, it's kind of like everybody wants to be famous, right? And some people are going to say, oh no, I never wanted to be famous. And that's awesome and totally healthy. But a lot of us, we want to be famous. We want to be seen. Like we want to prove to somebody that they were wrong for judging us in a way that made us feel like we'd never accomplish. And what we're going to see here with the Queen of Wands reversed is that we need to see ourselves as accomplished. I'm just seeing the hearth of every home, right? Hestia, my favorite. I know you guys know this if you've been here before, and if you're new, welcome. And my favorite Greek goddess is Hestia. She was the queen of the hearth. She was in every ancient Greek and ancient Roman, there we go, home, and she was the center of the house. But she was meant to be a main goddess, like Venus or Aphrodite, and well, those are the same, but you know what I'm saying. So Athena, and she was meant to be one of the big, one of the big goddesses that everybody knew, everybody was, was so awed by. And in ancient Greek and Roman times, you wanted to be one of the big heavy hitters. You didn't say, oh no, I'd give up my power. You weren't altruistic. You didn't, he didn't do that. That wasn't seen as the in thing to do. So Hestia, when they finished fighting the Titans, and they were going to now have another war in Olympia because of there being an unequal amount of gods and goddesses, she said, no, I'm done. I'm done with the fighting. I'm done with the chaos. And she stepped down, and she became a lesser goddess. But she was worshipped in every single Greek and Roman home. And there could be something here where we're like, I thought it would be more, but stepping out of our ego and stepping into ourselves is like, am I happy? Am I moving forward in confidence? I can still, in one way or another, achieve what I have dreamt of that might have been on a bigger stage. But I need to do this for me, right? I need to be showing up for me. And that's going to be such an important thing, because we lead by the heart. That's just going to be this time. We lead by the heart. The King of Cups is an example. I mean, really is the most beautiful example of what we love and what we want, and how we're connecting with ourselves and what we're going after and where we want to be. So the King of Cups comes through quite brilliantly. So we're embracing our love, and we're saying, this is me. This is me wholeheartedly, beautifully, and lovingly. And as we do so, there's a sense of, but but I need things to move forward faster. I need things to be on my schedule, in my way. And that's going to be something here, Scorpio, that we have a bit of difficulty with during this time of relinquishing and saying, okay, what does divinity want from me? Because by doing so, the doors open. By doing so, we start to see things so much more differently. The horizon looks brighter. We can like kind of work out certain issues or problems that were holding us back. And it's like, oh, well, why not this? And why not that? And oh, let me look at this in a different way. And what that then brings us to is really calling out the chaotic emotion or the chaotic energy that has been holding us back and keeping us from where we really needed to be. So just be mindful of this, that we can easily be swept up into chaos. It's just this time. It can be the time of year, but also it's kind of planetarily or written in the stars that we can get swept up in the emotions and the chaos of others. I've seen it in every single sign. So here, just be mindful about it. Be mindful about it and be mindful that your heart will lead you on the most beautiful adventure, but people can take advantage of your heart. And what you're feeling is so intense and so beautiful that sometimes it can take advantage of what we want and how we're moving forward right here, right now. So listen to your heart, but ground yourself well. That's going to be really important. It's kind of like listen to your heart, but have that river. Don't be the overflow of the river. Have that river in its, earthly kind of cradle to move forward in. Our subconscious spirit message. This is adventure. We want an adventure. It doesn't have to be, we go out into the woods and have an adventure like that, or we go jet setting. What it is we want an adventure of the soul. We want doors to open. We want to do something I see very creatively, like very much moving forward in that energy. But it can also be going to places we haven't been before, opening up doors we hadn't realized that we could. We want an adventure. It doesn't have to be expensive or big. It can be small. It can be beautiful. It's just going to be so meaningful to us. Our subconscious chakra energy is peace. This is the crown chakra. Again, we have the crown chakra. I am purpose, I am presence, and then peace. I am peace. And that's kind of the love that you bring forward. I am the peace, the joy, the connection. And if you're saying, oh, wow, I'm just so chaotic here, like upside down chariot energy, nobody has the reins. It's just a chaotic mess. How do I move towards peace? And how can I make peace my focus? That opens up the doors. It brings us then to our subconscious energy to be mindful of. And this is the Five of Swords. Be mindful that you will be in a situation, a disagreement that you found yourself in before. And this is going to be a time where you're kind of questioning, am I, like, have I changed? Am I growing? Like, am I that person that they think I am? Or am I more? And that's going to be an us conclusion, right? That's a you conclusion type of thing that's coming forward. And we could do it as the collective, of Scorpio energy. But there's something here where you will be tested. And you might find, oh, I need to work on this a bit more. Or you might find, wow, I've really left that energy behind. And that's a big deal. Our subconscious tarot message is the King of Holly. And this is the Emperor. This is Aries energy, fire sign energy. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Well, no, not fire sign energy. It's just Aries energy. And there is a sentence here of I'm embracing my passion and my power, what I want and what I desire. I can see things kind of in 3D. You can have a very close relationship with an Aries energy, like just be really connected to their drive, their power. There's also a sense of a person on the other side. And that's okay. That's where the fire sign energy, that's why I said all the fire sign energies, Spirit had me say that, was that somebody on the other side has this fiery kind of passion to them. You knew they had a bit of spark, a bit of mischief to them. They kind of went against the grain of things. And they want you to know that they want you to succeed. They do. They want you to know that they're helping you see the bigger picture and not get caught up in the minutia that can hold you back. This is a time to really play towards your strengths, know what you're good at, and not be weighed down with what you're not good at. It's like, okay, I'm not good at this. Get it, understand it, but I'm going to play towards my strengths and I'm going to let myself shine. All right. All right, Scorpio. I hope this reading has resonated with you. I wish you nothing but light, love, peace, and happiness. May harmony always be with you. I am sending loving, healing energy to each and every one of you. I love you all and stay safe. Let's end this reading with a meditation, a clearing away of negative energy, a raising of our positive energy, as we embrace the power, intensity, and beauty of this time and of ourselves. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. May you move forward in peace and in harmony, Scorpio. May blessings and prosperity always be with you. I love you all. God bless. Bye.